globally, and it's the secondaries opportunities. Today we have with us for this discussion Hiroaki Ando of AIC Alternative Investment Capital Limited. Hiroaki Ando has experience in trading companies and PE funds coverage. He was in the banker investment banking division at Nomura Securities, and he joined AIC in 2021, and he is in charge mainly of secondary investment. Hiroaki, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting today.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
I will let you move forward. I think you have a presentation
of course.
to share. You can freely share it and go ahead with the presentation of the
Yeah,
secondary Japanese market.
thank you. So I will share it with you. Just a moment, please.
Yeah, take your time.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Yes. So sorry to repeat my introduction. So before starting the main agenda, let me introduce quickly. My quick introduction. I'm Hiroaki Ando. I work at alternative investment, being responsible for secondary investment. So my first career, Nomura Securities. I worked at Nomura Securities as a investment banking division as a coverage banker, being responsible for trading companies and financial sponsors. And such experience is very useful for LP secondary investment analyze in order to analyze underlying portfolios. So right side is our company. Quick introduction. AI Capital was established in 2002. So now AI Capital is a good company of Sumitomo Banking Corporation. So AIC is a gatekeeper of private assets for Japanese financial institutions such as public and private pension funds, banks, and insurance companies. Now our AUM is $8 billion and AUA asset and advisory is $6.8 billion. And the number of coverage funds is 561. I assume that this number, 561, is the biggest compared with Japanese peers. So besides primary investments, we have been running a secondary fund, the commingled fund, investment objectives of which are LP stakes. So let's move on to the main agenda. So page 3, Japanese secondary market estimate. So as you can see below there are two charts. The cumulative primary commitment amount of Japanese BC and B funds from the 2030 to 2020 vintage is approximately 6 trillion yen. It's about $40 billion, and the potential Japanese secondary market is estimated to be around 300 billion yen. $2 billion, considering approximately 5% of the cumulative commitments amount above to the secondary transactions. Similarly, global secondary market, I think. Page 4. Japanese secondary competitive environment. I think the current state situation, Japan secondary market competitive environment, it's moderate. So there are main two reasons. One reason is that there are few competitors in Japan secondary market. There are few secondary buyers like us in the secondary market. So that's why so the buyers, Japan secondary buyers like us, have a bargaining power to the seller. And the other reason is that there are high barriers for global secondary players and the new managers. So outlook of secondary market in Japan as I believe private equity primary market in Japan we have been growing, so the secondary market will grow as well as the current situation. The secondary market in Japan, developing market, compared with global secondary market, Japanese secondary market is the developmental stage. There are few players and intermediaries in Japan, and there are so high barriers for global and new managers. I think it is difficult for global secondary managers to invest in Japanese funds in terms of accounting difference, a US GAAP and J GAAP, and a language barrier. Japanese documents, so such as LP and so on, and deal size relatively small compared with global secondary market. So secondary investments are needed different skills from primary investment sides, such as portfolio companies, analysis, and the GP-LP network. So because of that, there are high barriers for new managers, I think. Next. Japanese funds accounting is quite unique. So unlike global funds, so example, Cayman vehicle, Japanese funds, Yuseki accounting, what is called Yuseki accounting is quite unique. So generally speaking, Japanese funds, NAB, especially buyout funds, NAB is calculated based on book value, cost base. So that secondary buyer could often give premium price against NAB to the seller. So there are below there are two charts. So left side, general global fund secondary transaction. So generally speaking, the buyer gives a discount price to the seller. On the other hand, right side, Japanese fund secondary transaction. So yeah, as I mentioned, so Japanese funds NAB is based on cost base, not markup. So that's why usually we could give the premium price to the seller against NAB. But so as you can see the illustration, but actually such a purchase price is a discount price against the fair value. This is a quite unique market in the Japanese secondary market. And the next page, so Japanese GP transactions. So recently, we have seen some potential GPL transactions in Japan. So due to especially we have seen a lot of potential GPL deals related to Japanese VCs because of as you know delayed IPO market and mature fund period and so on. Here are Japanese GPL transactions, both VC and the buyout funds. So left side, Femto Partners. So this is a Japanese first GPL transaction led by venture capital. So our role was lead investor of this transaction, of this continuation vehicle. So Femto Partners is one of the Japanese top tier VCs. So on the right side, so J-Star, this is the first Japanese GP transaction of buyout funds. So this is already published information. This lead investor of this deal was Neuberger Berman. And next, So the case, the detail of GPL transaction are led by Femto partners. So Japanese VC GPL transaction. GPL transaction, this is a GPL transaction contention fund led by the Japanese VC, Femto partners, what I mentioned, which is one of the Japanese top tier VCs. So the founder name is Isozaki-san, Mr. Isozaki. He's a well-known venture capitalist in Japan. So he has published some articles, some books related to venture market. So we have invested in this deal in November 2022 before J-Star transaction. So this is a Japanese first GPL transaction. So our role was a lead investor of this deal. I explain about the background of this deal. So firstly, so this existing fund, left side, existing fund period was close to the maturity. But the GP, Femto partners, continuously, the Femto partners continuously had high conviction to their underlying portfolio companies. So some existing investors disagreed with further fund period extension. So in addition, one of the existing LP investors could not sell its LP stake. So that's why Femto partners determined have launched the continuation vehicle. So that's all. Thank you for listening today for my presentation.
Thank you very much for this insights into the secondary Japanese market. If I just wanted to ask, do you feel, as a final question, do you feel that there's more appetite or there's more opportunities within the GP or the LP-led transactions?
Yeah, good question. I think both. Both deals, GP-led and LP-led transactions, will be grown. So a lot of potential deals. Yeah, I think there will be a lot of potential deals, both GP-led and LP-led in Japan.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much for this insights, Hiroaki, on the secondary market. From this entire forum, we've seen, the opportunities that the Japanese private equity brings. One key outcome, I would say, or insight I would give is you need a local partner, or investing into directly, it's not an advice, but looking into local funds versus, direct investment, due to the difference that we mentioned, whether it's language, whether it's accounting, whether it's, understanding the local